I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I'm cranking up on the throttle, victory is mine. Show you the harder the battle, harder I fight. I've come too far to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Hello and welcome to our weekly stream. Hello, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon. And no, I'm not gonna sing Britney Spears, so you guys can listen to us again. Speaking of us, I'm not alone today. Let's make it quick. I'm here with the wonderful Prince Blip.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back on the stream. So we're going to be just doing our normal community stream today, but we have a little bit something extra for you guys.
Yeah, I don't think we could call it quite that normal because we're doing something. I'm not sure if we've ever done it before. Maybe once or twice, but
If we did, it was ages ago and was like one time.
yeah,
So
because we asked the developers very nicely today if we could show a special client that most of you usually don't get to see or don't have access to. We can't show you the full client, but we can show you a part of what's coming in an upcoming update. Can't quite say when, and also like whatever version number you see may or may not be the right one. Like there are all kinds of features tested, and we just throw it into whatever version is available on it. And yeah, super leak stream. Not super, but we are doing some kind of leak, yes. And no, it's not submarines.
so
Wow, will training rooms work? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Okay, I'm teasing you guys a little bit. Just gonna do it for a few more minutes because just because it's fun.
yeah. So how is everybody
Being a bit
doing
evil.
out there? So
Yeah, how's the start in the new week for you guys? Is it enterprise? No, it's not enterprise. It is work in progress, yes. Okay, for Mishik calling me say Karen, you have to wait one more minute.
band. It's Flip's new J-pop band that they're going to show. I am not. I do not speak nearly enough Japanese to have a J-pop band.
I mean, I don't know the channel names, but I've seen a couple channels over the years where people learn songs in a certain language that they do not speak, but they just learn it that well that it's believable, but they have no idea what they're saying.
That's been a thing for
So,
ages.
you know what to work on for the next stream. How about some Christmas songs for Christmas in like German, French, Spanish, Portuguese?
The last time I sang a song for Christmas, it was Country Roads, and it has been living in the back of my mind for ages.
Oh yeah.
So,
All right, I guess we teased you enough. So without further ado, let's go to our special client. And yeah, you might already be noticing something, and I don't mean the 1.5 billion doubloons I have. But there's a little new icon in the mode selection. What's that? So yeah, we are, as you guys know, working on training rooms, and we are finally getting to like finally getting to the final steps of finishing it. I hope it's going to work just nicely now. Otherwise, we can show you some screenshots. And I will just click on this button. And you might have already seen this screenshot on our socials. We've shared it last week. Right now, there are no other rooms. Otherwise, you would see quite a lot of details here on, well, you can see it, who created it, what map they're in, status, like is it in battle, is it waiting, how long the battle duration is, how many players there are in it, and a nice little screenshot of the map. So for all of you who can't, for the sake of not remember any map names, you can now check them once we release this feature. And if we tap R1, that's PlayStation, of course, but works the same on your Xbox, we have a few options here. We can select the map. For example, let's go with our all-time favorite, the map where you all rush through the middle and there's no other path possible on the map.
Unfortunately, there is no Epicenter Two Brothers.
Yeah. So that's actually a good addition. You see in the top right, scenario domination. There's some maps where actually need to select it. There's some maps where you can switch between the different ones. Like just like you can find them in standard. Say capture the base, and you can also change the duration. And then we can create the room. I already pre-selected a ship, just Schlieffen, and yes, I know that's not the best commander for it, but I was lazy and that was the first one that I had selected. So that's why I have Karl von Müller on it. We could go ready up and just start, but that would be a bit boring. And as a disclaimer, we are not going to start the battle today. We will just go back to the regular client and play battles. Can also invite a couple of you. Before I continue, I'll just read through the chats. What's the map of the islands? Yes.
Yeah,
We don't have ocean in the selectable maps, I don't think. So,
No.
yes.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
You didn't break anything. Not yet. I will be trying. No, it should be fine. We have already had some testing on it. So, yeah. In terms of ships you can choose, it's the ships you have on your account. But, like for example, I'm with Schlieffen right now. Can add bots. They can be moving or not moving. So they will just be stationary targets. They can be armed or not. If they are not armed, they might still move around, but just don't shoot back ever. You can switch between all the different nations that there are tech trees for, and you can add bots for all the ships that are in the tech tree, as well as legendary.
Yep.
So we can also do stuff like add them to both teams. But if we feel like particularly unfair, we can also be evil and give Albanese to one team and the other team still has Fletchers. Can go back. Now it shows us all the bots. If we add a bot and it's like, let's say, it cannot move and it's not armed, it will also have a little icon on the top right to show you that it's not moving around with like a little stroke through steering wheel and the ammo icon or grenade icon being stroke through. And if you don't want certain team members, whether that's players or bots, they have like a little waiting lobby here, and you can just move them to the different teams, or also move them back to the two teams, or of course also kick them like this, and they're gone. Can you make the room you create private, like in World of Tanks console? So there are currently not as many features as you might know from other games. Like if you have played any of other games, you also know it has been taking a much longer to actually get more features. And the reality is there are lots of technical difficulties. Like, even if this might just look very basic to you or very easy because, it's just a button to add somewhere or just a text field to add somewhere. No, in the background, there's a lot going on. I already know some of you are asking for spectator mode or for like dedicated slots, private rooms, other restrictions. And the reality of it is the dev team has spent a ton of time on this to get this working. And the alternative is that you might not have a training room at all if we just keep adding more features. So we decided that's it for now. We will be, of course, considering all your requests and your feedback for any future improvements for the next like foreseeable future. We will only having some minor improvements. I can't promise you anything in terms of time frames or if it's going to be a month, a year, 10 years. Who knows? I'm exaggerating. We will have to see. But those are the features for now. Will still allow you to play with your friends, try some stuff, try some scenarios. And then we see, as you know, like we had a previous version actually prepared. We finished it, and then it turned out too buggy. Didn't pass our checks, so we started from scratch. But adding something like this takes a long time. So I'm just glad the devs actually managed to make this version, which looks pretty neat in my opinion. And there's still going to be lots of ways you can use it. And we will see how and when we can change anything.
Yep.
How about adding historical mode battles? I mean, if you mean like exact scenario of like certain ships coming at certain points and stuff, not really something we have planned right now. It's very complicated and it's not like going to be that interesting to play more than like a few times, at least in my opinion. But you can totally say like, I want these ships on one side, those X amount of ships on the other side, and mock it yourself. The training rooms won't cost you anything. You can just play. You don't lose credits. You don't lose XP. You don't gain XP. So you can just do whatever you want in them. What about fleet battles? We're still working on fleet battles. There's just no point in releasing fleet battles together with fleets because there wouldn't be any members in your fleets yet to like play. So at a later point we will definitely also release those. So can you add premium ships as bots? No, you can't. Like, to be quite frank, that at least to me personally, that's not a statement that developers told me to say or something, but you have two options or two outcomes. Like, either you're adding premium ships, whether it's on your side or the enemy side, you play one or two battles and they're completely broken and you get sunk super quickly and you're like, oh wow, that's such a great premium ship. Then you buy it and you're disappointed because it's just average. Or it's the other way around where to you it seems totally underwhelming and it actually turns out to be quite a nice ship. You just need to get used to it. So if you want to get some input or like check out some reviews or showcases of premium ships, the best way is to either join live streams or check out the videos of our community contributors, or you can also always ask us in streams, but we don't play live that much, so your best bet is just typing World of Warships Legends and whatever ship you want to see, and chances are there's probably already a video by one of the community contributors on it.
Yep. One thing, whenever you're creating a training room, you select your ship before you go into the training room, and you cannot change your ship while you are in the training room.
Yeah.
That's one of the the limitations we have with like a technical limitation. So make sure you're picking the ship with the loadout you want before you go in.
Yeah. The main thing with anything you do in a game is the game was designed at some point with just like, we have AI battles, we have standard battles in mind, right? So anything you add on top is something that you might need to like change a lot of code and technologies in the background. Even though to you it just looks like any other mode, right? And for that reason, we have these limitations, the technical limitations, design limitations, and somebody, Maxime, just mentioned it in chat. There's a limit to 1 CV per team for the same reason. We made the game with 1 carrier in mind per side, and we basically try to get every single bit of performance out of your consoles, so you have the best possible graphics and best possible performance in battle. So if we add more carriers, in some cases it might be fine. In other cases you get a stuttery mess, or in worst case it might even crash. I'm not sure if that happened in testing. I don't actually know. But it's not something we can easily change now. We are, of course, always improving the graphics, improving optimization, wherever we find a way to do it. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes not so easy. So this might change, but we can't promise that. For now, expect it to not change. If it ever changes, we will let you know. An example is, for example, on Xbox, we already managed on the Series X, you can play in 4K 60 FPS. It used to be only 30 FPS, so we basically managed to squeeze out double the performance. On PlayStation, it's still in the works. And yeah, I see a lot of comments regarding Tiger 59. Yeah, it's like a perfect example of those premium ships that are just like weird to some people. I like the Tiger, and I'm not saying that because you should buy it. Honestly, it's not really for everybody. Decide that for yourself. It's basically a third of a Minotaur, if you will. But yeah. We'll have to wait on patch notes to see if we get a new Barrow shop. Yeah, that's nothing else will be shown today. We just wanted to show you the UI a little bit and the features. If you want to analyze it a little bit more, or see if we missed anything, you can just go back in the VOD. It will also stay up on our YouTube channel after the stream ended. And maybe some of the community contributors will also do a little bit of a reaction or showcase video on it.
Yeah. Is Training Rooms a solo mode, or can I invite people? Training Rooms is not a solo mode. There's basically almost a server browser type thing where you can join different training rooms.
And I can go.
Yeah, if you go back like one page.
I'm actually not sure where I will end up, so quickly.
Yeah.
There's some parts on this that I cannot show you here.
Yeah.
So.
So this screen will show you like all the different training rooms you can join, but there's no way to. I don't think you can invite players into the room.
You can't invite players. That's also like yet another thing where it's like, it should be easy, right? No, it's not. There's lots of technical things in the background to solve for that. So there's no invites. But if you have any friends on your friends list, they will be highlighted or like on the top. So it's easier to find.
Yeah,
and they're just named after the like nickname of the player who created them.
Yeah, and like random people can join random training rooms that because there's no password system enabled, or even there's no password system, and so but you don't have to assign them to a team.
Yeah, like so when to go back here,
they
will just land in this out of team area, and if you just start the battle, they will not automatically like be part of your battle. You actually have to move them. Like I can show it with a bot. I'll just add my trusty Albany, and that's how players will also appear. And then you can just see on the bottom X to team 1 or square to team 2, and only then they are part of the battle. Like once you ready up, and once they ready up, of course, as well. And if you don't want them, or like you don't know them, or in case of bots, you didn't want to add the bot, you can also just kick them, and they're gone. Can we name the room? No.
Zarkun, there is no spectator system.
Is there in-game voice chat in the lobby? I honestly don't know because I never play with sound. Like I believe the last time I heard any sound in the game was probably like a year ago. So I usually like to listen to music. But it's a good question, and we will clarify it. Might be. I really don't know right now. But whenever we release it, we'll find out for you. And if there's any other unclarities, For the next days, we will not be until we have the rooms the rooms released. Now I got it. We'll not be able to really give you that much more information, but once they're released, we can check, of course, with the developers, clarify some more questions. So yeah, das Mutes TV turns up Britney Spears.
Yeah. So how do you
Actually, had YMCA stuck in my mind.
know? How do you know what lobby to join if there's no naming of the lobby? So the host name will be.
That's basically what's displayed here.
Yeah.
Owner.
The host name will be there, and your friends will appear at the top of the list. So you'll be able to at least be able to go between your friends right away, and then you'll see everybody else as well.
And for mobile, we'll have to see when it can be released on mobile. Like, we're still catching up with the mobile version. So I believe at this point it's very unlikely that it's coming too soon. And like to be totally blunt and direct and like honest with you guys, this is not the feature I would expect many players to use. Like, I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's the holy grail, all the players will be getting better. No, like, if you believe that, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's something that the most passionate of you will maybe use to like check some things out, or maybe try to reproduce a bug you found. By the way, if you do this, we of course can always report it on our Discord. But it's not something that most players will use. So the odds of it improving the average player skill are unlikely.
Yeah, the main users of this feature is going to be people trying to figure out bugs, maybe, and also going to be for competitive community events. Maybe a CC wants to do something funky, like
I'm so looking forward to it.
like 9 Nino Bixios versus a Yamato, or let's see, how many Mikasas does it take to kill Yamato? How many Gengut versus Yamato, because you can't overmatch Gengut. So things like this, yes.
Yeah, or my favorite, like once training rooms hit, probably in the like to be realistic, in the first week or two, they will probably be quite overloaded. There is a limit, like in every mode. Maybe some of you have seen it. Very rarely, if there are too many battles at the same time, you get a message, hey, you have to wait a little bit. And this might be the case for training rooms as well, depending on how many of you use it once they're released. But once it calmed down, do yourself a favor, join them with a couple of friends, with tier 2 destroyers, and like anything that can hit other destroyers, and play only torpedoes. It's hilarious. Like, if anybody remembers the torpedo destroyer brawl we had, basically like this, just not as insane in terms of reload. It's a lot of fun. Server overloaded, yeah, that's the message that you would get. You're actually saying, I mean, training room on PC rarely gets used. Yeah, like that's the issue, right? Like, if we know a lot of you wanted this feature, that's why we also made it, and also for us it's great. We can probably use it to interact with you guys a little bit more in streams. I mean, not right now. It's going to be a bit difficult for you to join. But in future streams. But overall, the reality is, because you're also discussing like PC has been out for so many years and players are still hit or miss. There's just a certain percentage of players, usually like a few percent, maybe in a very hardcore game 10%, who actually care and want to be the top. But the overwhelming majority of people either doesn't have the time or the skills or like the abilities or resources to really spend on improving beyond a certain point. So yeah. So the important question, how many Mikasas does it take to sink a Yamato? You will be able to find out.
It depends on the Yamato.
It
I think
also depends on the RNG of the Mikasas, because even if you're right next to Yamato, odds are you're missing.
true, but the thing is that you rarely miss a ram. So if you can pin the Yamato against a wall or something and actually ram them with your 18 knot Mikasa, it's doable.
Actually true, yeah. I mean, this mental image of like 9 Mikasas chasing a Yamato, and the Yamato's just like going in circles. It's like
Yeah.
it's like like a duck with all its little ducklings.
So the meta for the Yamato will be no gyrating Jodrits. That skill that I don't like.
5-minute full
See?
Mikasa to sync an AFK Yamato, no rams allowed. If you are actually too close and you're shooting HE, you might not be able to deal any damage, and your secondaries will also just hit the belt.
I don't know if a Mikasa will get in range in 5 minutes. I don't think they're
It
fast
might
enough.
be close. I mean, for main guns, probably. For secondaries,
No.
yeah, no.
I don't think you can get across the map in 5 minutes. Maybe on one like Solomon Islands or something like super small like that.
Yeah. So anyway, that is it that we can show you today. I hope you like it.
Yep.
If you have some more
Yeah.
some more questions,
Like,
can
you
you
bring LT ships onto lower tier maps? You can bring, yeah. So yeah, you can.
Yes and no. It depends on the map, because
really
if there's a map that has several versions, there's only one version in the game. So for some of the maps, there might only be like the high tier version, because we have a couple maps where there's a bigger and a smaller version of the same map and the same
Yeah,
name.
But I think
So
you
you
can
don't-
still because you can put like Yamato on Solomon Islands.
Yeah.
I've
That
done
yes.
that.
Yeah.
So I think
If it's like a
most
dedicated map
maps-
that cannot appear in lower tier battles, yes.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
So yes and
GK Solomon Islands, will it fit? The question is not, will 1 GK fit? Will 9 GKs fit? Or 18? Is oceans and training rooms? I don't think so, no. Because the map doesn't really exist in our game right now. Like, it does, but you might sometimes see it when the loading screen bugs out because you disconnected mid-loading. But otherwise, there's no ocean in our game.
What about economics? There are no economics. So there's no cost and no rewards for training rooms.
The economics they don't exist.
It is quite literally a zero-sum game.
It's normal spawns.
Yeah, and of course, like no doubloons, nothing like that either. So you can just boot up a training room. Katori race.
That would be an interesting idea.
What, doubloons?
Doubloons per training rooms. Nobody would ever
Bonk.
play them. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
I don't have anything to bonk him with. Oh, I have a torpedo.
Oh yeah. Actually, there's also a big torpedo over there.
I'm not gonna go get the big torpedo. There's 2 big torpedoes actually, because Fructini's torpedo is here as well.
Oh no, that's the old one. Is that Fructinis?
I think that is Fructini.
No, his is the
his
green
is
and
the
black
green
one.
one. Yeah. Never mind.
There was also some community contributor from the PC team who made the long torpedo, I think.
Yep.
Show next update campaign ship. There will be the usual campaign teaser soonish. Sometime the next days, as usual. So you will have to be a bit patient. We will not be teasing more today. Even though it's really fun to tease things. So I just realized I should probably turn off the work in progress stamp. Yep. I think that's enough for now. It's like you basically, when it comes to the training, you will just not use anything. I'm not 100% sure how it works with signals and camos. I'm also not sure if legendary mods activate in there.
That's actually a good question.
There are tons of questions we can still clarify, and we will definitely answer them in like an upcoming stream whenever we release training rooms. That is. I think I'm on the right client. Looks like it. Cool. So.
Yes.
I will just invite you, Mr.
Okay.
Blip.
Just a
So
minute
if anybody wants to join, actually, Blip, what tier do you wanna start at?
here.
You mentioned a certain ship
Lepanto.
earlier.
I think we're gonna have to do tier 8 and do Lepanto
Sure, we can do Lepanto.
just for the memes.
I really didn't-
Lepanto is glorious.
I think I was playing Lepanto with
We played it
Overwatch.
together.
Was it with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but it didn't work out that well for me. It's just not a ship for me, so we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes today. To rephrase it, it's not a light cruiser, and it's not a German battle cruiser, so I am not good with it. I would join. Xaken, sure. Can you just ready up in the division search? That would be the easiest. I don't think anybody else was faster. No, doesn't seem so.
Mm.
Ah, there he is. Almost invited you to our fleet. Monk we can play afterwards. So Xaken, you should have an invite from me. What's going on? Who are we joining? We're just asking for a couple of people to join. So already got a few lined up: Xakun and Monk and Yudachi, and we'll probably go into battle with a couple more of you later. But yeah, like we're just saying, for stuff like this, training rooms will definitely be quite fun for streams. Your updates, so the first option is not to remove a player's friend when viewing profile. I honestly don't know why it is that way, but it again comes down to like, oh, it should be super easy to change that, right? Or apparently not. But we already passed it on to the developers, and I don't know if and when they can change it. There's some like magic in the background. I have no idea.
So, do we get a site with player stats like WoW's numbers for PC? There's no plans for this. That requires pretty large amount of effort to set up and to maintain. So there are no plans for this.
Horse numbers is also not actually from us, like
Yeah.
from Wargaming. It's just like some third-party site that queries the API they have. But anybody who has been following that, it took like 4 or 5 years to even update that to the latest details. So it's unlikely we'll ever add it. There's not that much benefit to it. If you want to get your stats, there's actually a way to export all your data. You can just do this on warslegends.com. It's not the most pretty format, but there are some people on Reddit who posted Excel sheets or like Google Sheets to pass these information and give you like some pretty, I think even graphs in some cases.
Yep.
But I mean, for that we also added like can go to any ship and go to your statistics. Well, I never played AI battles, but you know what I mean. Robin here, diff. Oh, never mind. Yeah, Robin, we already asked. We got a queue. Sorry, not today.
Yep. We got Zarkun. He's one of our CCs. So
Thank you, Karlov. Okay, I'll go into battle before we talk even more, and I will definitely put it on you, so you can be embarrassed first.
all right.
It's just really difficult. Like with any secondary capable ship, you're so much tempted to push in until the point where you're like looking around and it's like, oh, I got 2 ships to my left, 2 ships in front, and 2 ships to my right. Bye. Reading the export file raw is definitely a challenge. Yeah, it's not the most human readable. But again, there are like all the information are out there. Blip also commented on a couple of the questions, like what certain more cryptic sounding like tags in there mean. So should be all decipherable.
Because there are like some ships like there are like 2 Arkansas, and there's no actual way to tell which one's which. So things like that I can I've answered for people on Reddit.
Need more options communication wheel to call out bad players. Besides the fact that adding more to the communication wheel we would need to record every single commander, which is unlikely.
Yeah, it's
We
virtually
don't
impossible.
want to promote calling out bad players. Like, that's basically salty/toxic behavior that we don't want in the game. You can always use the voice chat. Maybe they have it turned on and ask them nicely, but like calling out others, you will not get any change with that. Before I talk more, where are we going? A?
I think kind of A, but staying at B and stuff.
Okay, cool. No, but to get back what I was saying, if you want people to improve, if they actually listen to you, the best way is to be nice. If you're not nice to somebody, just like, oh, what are you doing? They will just go into defensive stance, and there's nothing you will do to reach them. It's just normal human behavior. It doesn't really work. So always try to be nice. Maybe they're distracted. Maybe they're just not that good. Maybe they're old. Just not that fast. Who knows?
They have a Kaba over here.
Yeah, I'm getting farmed by Salem. I'm not sure if I...
And it
actually
is
hit
a
her?
good.
No, I
It
can't
is
hit.
a good Kaba player, so keep an eye out.
Yeah. It's my range, actually, 9.9, okay. There's also something else smoked up, so it's probably 2 destroyers. What else do we have? Oh, it's the minnow.
Yeah, I don't see what their third ship here is in the middle, so I'm gonna kind of rotate a little
There's
bit.
definitely some battleship, or was some battleship.
Nope, it's another cruiser, Minotaur.
There's a minnow. The question is, was it the minnow that smoked up?
It must have been, or the Kaba. If the Kaba's running smoke screen.
Or one of the other destroyers?
Not here, no.
No, they're actually both detected at A, never mind. Oh, good. Didn't see that. Need follow me in the comms where? I mean, you can always just ping people and say, support me. That's basically the same, and they may or may not know how to best use their ship. But if they just follow you and don't know what to do, it's gonna be like the same outcome. Oh, Minotaur, can you like not hit me? That would be really nice. Very considerate.
Yeah. Charlie's not looking fun.
I'm just getting farmed. Like, we need somebody to spot the middle and like... Basically, our A-team needs to push. A-team, if you are in, like, listening to the stream, please push. Like, spot them. We can probably crossfire. Actually not. A, C, I mean.
Oh, captured Bravo, so.
Give me some cover fire from these blasted Decepticons.
Has there been discussion progress on mapping consumables consistently across all ships? Quite frankly, it's not possible. There's several conflicts where it wouldn't be possible that, like, smoke is always on that key or boost is always on this key. That's not something that we can do. I'm tempted to just go in. What's Kaba's top range?
Kaba, 10 kilometers, 11.
I'll just hope it's 10. Okay, I'll push in. No plans right now to return Colbert. So some part of chat is saying 6 kilometers, some are saying 11. I would also say 6, 8, or 10, but I actually don't remember. And I have always...
I know you can do a pretty viable fort build on Kaba, so it's not 6.
It's 6. Kaba has the 6 kilometer invisible slug torps. Speaking of that, I think the Kaba is like somewhere close to me.
try and push up a little bit. Oh, there's a combat.
Oh fuck. Frick. Oh frick. Oh frick. Please no. I'm just a nice ship. Please.
I'm just a poor boy from a poor family.
Yeah, probably. No, it was like 1 millimeter, 1 inch, 1/10 of an inch, I guess. So close.
It do be like that sometimes.
But we did get her. It was worth it. Honestly, trading any ship except another destroyer for a destroyer, and even that is sometimes worth it, is a good trade. Was just really unlucky. My secondaries didn't quite hit for quite a while. They were a bit drunk, or I don't know, didn't wake up yet. Colbert confirmed both OP and underpowered. Yeah, that sums it up quite well.
Yes.
I believe she's still underperforming, statistically speaking.
In terms of her battle impact or win rate, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like doing decent in terms of damage.
Like the damage, if you know what you're doing, you can do a lot of damage, but you don't necessarily have that much impact on the battle.
Yeah.
It's like reverse of Tiger 59, where you usually don't deal much damage, but the targets you're picking is basically just like destroyers and light cruisers, because everything else you don't really deal damage to. So your impact on the battle outcome is actually much higher. Give her more range, sure. Great idea. Just like
Actually,
some of
more
these.
range on the more range on the Colbert might actually be a nerf.
Yeah, true, because you get spotted. Yeah.
You get spotted much easier, and like you really can't hit anything beyond.
What ship are they talking about, Colbert? I like the Plymouth though. Yeah, Plymouth is a fine ship. A fine specimen.
It's an amazing ship. to be frank. It's worst performing carrier, and if you say Ark Royal, I'm calling lies. Worst performing carrier is Hermes. And if anybody's surprised by that, I don't think they should be.
That's why I'm chuckling. It's like, no surprise.
Bonk.
Touch in case you missed it, because you're saying you don't like playing alone. There are fleets now that actually give you some benefits to join, and there are also plenty of communities that are playing together like every day.
Yeah, Salem's got me.
Any plans on adding asymmetric battles on Legends? Like not for the immediate future, but it's certainly something that we could think about. Again, I don't know how difficult or easy it is, but we could explore that. Yeah, like we generally like to try out different modes or different ideas, and the devs are trying quite a lot of things. Like for example, brawls are very popular, so that's why we kept it for the whole update even. And yeah, we'll definitely try out other modes, other ideas. When will the patch notes drop? Patch notes are usually the first day before the update, and next update is on in 1 week on the Monday. So in 3 days we should be having the patch notes.
Shima, use AP.
What are the changes coming to Ark Royal? You will know more in, 3 to 4 days probably.
Please use AP.
Who are you praying to? The Shimmer?
The Shima, yes. The Elving's using AP, which is also the wrong choice. But
I would say it is...
You got him. Oh.
Wow. Now is the question, will she survive the torpedoes? Or will she get hit? It's looking okay-ish.
She might get hit by the second row. Yeah, she's done.
No. Oh, come on. I believe. No, don't steal! You went.
No. Why?
Panic reaction. Or probably like mixed up the controls, like left and right. That sometimes happens to me as well.
Yeah.
Elving using AP is wrong choice,
Okay.
huh? I think you have to justify yourself towards Monk.
So the in this situation, the Elving using AP was the wrong choice because he could not pin the because the Shimbo was perfectly bow on, so shooting and he was shooting at the hull. So
Yeah, there are no plans for subs right now. So subs when? Right now, the answer is who knows. What about Convoy? Too hard to run due to old console limitations? I'm not even sure if it will work on the new consoles without like changing it. Like again, it comes down to like the same discussion we had earlier regarding more than one carrier per battle. And if in case anybody missed it, we showed the training rooms, the current version of them that we have on a test server, and they are limited to one carrier per side. The game was just not made for more ships in mind. Like even 10 ships per side would be a bit difficult. Not sure if it's completely possible, but probably right now it would be. Any mode that like adds even more ships, like a convoy to protect or something, I don't think that's possible. And it also again comes down to like how good would be the replayability of that? How much fun would it be? Lots of things outside of the technical limitations to consider as well. And like anything we add, like we previously talked about for certain event modes, we also have to keep supporting. So whenever we change like one thing, like graphics, we would need to update every single map, every single mode, every single ship, every single whatever, wherever it's applicable. So adding one mode might be possible, but adding it permanently is a whole different discussion. You got topped by a minnow and raided by a Salem, Sakan? Okay. Can we have a map with no islands in it, and then we could see how great some of the players are without being able to hide the whole match? The thing is, that's not what the game is made for. Of course, like realistic battles, very unlikely that ship hit behind islands, but they were also shooting.
it did happen.
It did happen, but in most cases it didn't.
Yes.
And in most cases, they were also shooting like, 10, 15 times before they had a rough idea where to hit.
Yeah.
Or to hit at all. Where to aim to hit, I mean. So that part is not at all realistic in our game. So the game is balanced around the fact that, for example, a light cruiser can hide behind an island, or certain ships can shoot over certain islands and others can't. So a full ocean map is honestly not as fun. If you ever played it on a PC version, or if you ever, or just watch a video, they have it. It's not fun for most ships.
Yeah. Imagine playing Atlanta on on ocean, and you have no options.
Yeah.
So
basically all light cruisers, or most, anything that doesn't have Yamato level range, not fun.
Yeah.
I guess with some destroyers you could also have some fun, but imagine trying to approach a raider ship with a destroyer. Like, as long as they have radar charges left, that's just it. Like, what are you going to do? Hide and smoke? Haha. So, nah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Hi-Fi, it's the least popular map, and you don't really see it often on PC.
Yeah. There were cruise liners converted into warships. Would you add them? Very unlikely, because the thing with cruise liner ships is that they were not designed to be shot at, and which I know is sort of obvious, but it's a warship is designed to receive fire and survive. A cruise liner is, in ideal circumstances, designed to hit an iceberg and survive. They're two slightly different scenarios.
They would basically be like tier 1 ships.
Yeah, and yeah, they're the like most
If even.
most armament you're gonna see is like 4 like 2 6-inch guns per side, so 4 total. They're not really a real thing. Although there were some that were converted into aircraft carriers that, in theory, wouldn't be too bad to add, but
Yeah. Actually, to rotate through a few more people, Xarkon, thanks for joining, but I will remove you for now. And Monk would be next.
okay.
So, Monk, if you could look for division, I
tier
can
do-
invite you.
What tier do we want to play?
You decide. I don't care today.
I want to play the second most balanced ship in the game.
Like, I looked at your screen, but I wouldn't know that it's the Duke of York. After, what was it, Scharnhorst?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
one of our game designers came to me and is like revealing the most balanced ship in the game, and it's Scharnhorst, and it's like exactly 50% in terms of like all the factors and everything. And so
Like, all the other ships are like maybe 50.1 or 49.1.9 or like.
yeah. And so it's basically Scharnhorst and the ship that sank Scharnhorst are the two most balanced ships in the game, and it's quite hilarious.
Scarfs maybe later. We have Yudachi who also wants to join after that, and then we see. I didn't see anybody else who asked to join, but yeah, I will ask again after the next battle.
What's the What's the
Sorry.
difference between Duke of York and King George? Duke of York has a better heal. It's more accurate and has access to a sonar, and also has better armor piercing because the ricochet angles are better. But it loses a little bit of reload speed, and as well as there's something else it loses as well, if I remember right. So.
Oh yeah, the historical camos are never available. The Germans in the store, but the ones available for paint are just ... It's not almost available. They were just never available for some ships. But we know we're working on it. Like adding them like for doubloons or whatever doesn't make sense in the current state, and even that we would need to like change it for every single camo to actually add it. So that might take a bit.
Yeah. What am I drinking?
But we know you guys want it.
What I'm drinking is basically a black raspberry and blueberry seltzer water.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored, no.
But if you want to sponsor us,
It's just seltzer water. It kind of looks like like a beer can to an American, but at least it does in my mind. But no, it's not.
it's the same can. It's just a different artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. The stream is sponsored by water. After how long we've been trying to nerf water, I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, it's way too broken actually. Like it consumes any and all ships.
I mean, 100% of sunken ships are under the water, so
Yeah, as I said.
actually that's not entirely true because we did raise some of the sunken ships.
Yeah, but it's basically cheating against the water. Therefore should be punished by sinking.
Oh yeah, there are more planes in the ocean than submarines in the sky.
Loop 73 wrote any plans to add more extreme weather, and I read more extreme water. Not right now, no. So, like, if you mean whether that would influence your ship, we don't really want to do that because it's gonna get very complicated aiming, and like it's gonna be even more randomness, like which angle your ship is at to like shoot at a certain distance. We don't want to do that. Just effect maybe. Could be something for like some event mode or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, you parked there, Tiger. Sorry. No, I didn't want to.
Yeah. Bismarck never
close.
had torpedoes. Her sister Tirpitz did. That was later in the war. But Bismarck received torpedoes, but did not have them. As in by received, I mean got hit by torpedoes.
It doesn't count as having them. No. Nobody spotted anymore.
Yeah, this is a
HMS Duncan. What tier would that be?
Duncan would be tier 8.
Oh, so there is a chance, I would say.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a tier 9 on PC.
Oh, it's one of the battle cruisers.
Yeah, yep. Still funky looking one.
Yes, I said one of the battle cruisers.
They're not all funky looking.
Some are. Ooh, fancy. Shouldn't have fired, I guess.
Why is Bismarck a he in the song by Sabaton? So basically, the captain of Bismarck believed that the ship was so strong that it should be masculine. He said this in just like a kind of a propaganda speech he was making to his crew, and so that has been carried on by some people as Bismarck was a he and not a she. Even though, if you look in, that's not how it works in German. That's not how it works in most cultures. So
There was also this whole argument over if you name a ship after a real person, should you change whether you say he or she?
yeah,
And in German it's super complicated because if you refer to the ship by name, it's he is she, but if you refer to the ship as in the battleship Bismarck, it's it, because Germans have they like having complicated wording.
yeah. It's so it's a little weird. Generally speaking, my rule of thumb is if it's just call it how you would say it in English. So in an English audience, ships are she's. That's the long and short of it for me. So in Russian, for example, you call Russian ships he's, but we just call them all she's.
Yeah, it's just cultural differences.
Yep.
There are probably a lot more languages where it's either or just one of the two. Would be too easy and too boring if we would all just do it the same way.
Yeah.
Hello, Nelson. Can you please sing?
Yeah, it's I've been trying to get Citadels in this Nelson the whole time, but not happening. Is New Orleans going to be a problem?
Yeah, okay, I got it. I was about to say I can finally show the Nelson singing. I got revenge for the Duke of York being too balanced. I'm sinking Scharnhorst.
Nice
By New
outfit.
Orleans. That might hurt, yes.
Yeah, Hood was named for a British admiral, yes.
Can I shoot you, please?
There's actually a whole family of admirals, Hood.
Several people named Hood?
Yeah, there's basically a whole family of admirals named Hood from the same family that served
Nope.
throughout time. So there's basically been an Admiral Hood from there was an Admiral Hood
Please
from
leave me
about
alone.
basically 1815 forward into World War One. Admiral Horace Hood died on board HMS Invincible during the Battle of Jutland.
Still the most ironic name. Or unfortunate, I guess.
Well, it is kind of like an interesting name because basically all of the HMS Invincibles do something interesting in their lives.
Let me guess, they were not so invincible.
Some of them were not, but some of them were.
Yeah, I will probably lose to this, but okay,
Oh.
no, we finished. I have indeed participated in this battle, yes.
Yeah, that was fast.
So you guys see it here first. Mackensen is officially better than Heinrich. All right. I think I will also say thank you to you, Monk, for joining, and remove you for now. And you, Dutchy, if you tell me your nickname in chat. Tiger was not poopy, did 50k. Oh, nice. That's like the highest damage you ever get in Tiger usually, but it means you basically sank all destroyers of the enemy team.
I think the damage record for Tiger on the Discord right now is like 180k, which is
Could be, yeah.
insanity.
I mean, it's mainly just coming down to your RNG with your spread.
Yep.
Okay, Yudachi, if you can, ready up in division search. Ah, there you are. Perfect. Yeah, it basically comes down to the spread because you have the same guns as a Minotaur. You just have a lot less of them. So they do deal damage if they hit. The important bit is if they hit.
Let's see. All right, what tier we want to play? Just going through my ships.
I don't know. We can let Yudachi decide. Yudachi, just choose a chip.
Pick a ship.
A
Any
chip. A ship. What are your thoughts on Tirpitz in the game currently? Has she been power crept? No idea how Tirpitz is doing right now, actually.
Yeah.
Can check.
Yeah, Tirpitz is like kind of.
I would expect her to be like in the middle.
Yeah, she's kind of mediocre. But main thing is that she is very, very much a popular ship. So whenever a ship is very, very popular, it increases basically the risk factor of making any changes to that ship, because it can have a proportionally higher impact on the game. So picked Flanda. Okay. We're going French. I'm gonna have to grab gas can.
Quickly checking. She's doing okay, yeah. She's somewhere in the middle. Not great, but like Tirpitz also the potential you have with sorry, tier 7, okay.
Yep.
Helps to actually choose tier 7 in that case. I'll play Edinburgh. No, I will play Plymouth. We were talking about it earlier. Plymouth is the way. Yeah, like the torpedoes, it's similar to the German battle cruisers. If people get close, you can deal so much damage, but of course you have a lot less range and your angles aren't as good. So it's very very split. But she got all the tools you kind of need. I personally prefer Bismarck over her just for the hydro, for the sonar, but yeah. I just wish Tirpitz secondaries were somewhat close to Brandenburg or Bismarck. Aren't they like basically the same as Bismarck?
No, Tirpitz's are not good.
They're not good?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know. As I said, I prefer Bismarck. That's one more reason.
Okay. I think you're just gonna hang out basically
Like
back here.
Bismarck as well. It's like you can play on secondaries and it looks great, but overall, if you play her for survivability, you're probably better off. Because odds are you will not deal that much damage with your secondaries. If you get close enough to deal a lot of damage, you can also deal a lot of damage with your main guns, probably. Sorry, I will turn. You don't have to slow down. I will turn so you can pass.
Oh, rip.
I think I will hug this
Our
island here.
Our face cams have died.
Our face cams have died. Oh, true.
Let's see.
I guess I will just go to your slide and we'll see after the battle if I can fix it.
All right. I think the technical scenes got messed up,
Yeah, I know why, I think.
but we can fix that later. I'll just have to not die.
Even if you do, you can just spectate.
True. Yeah, Yeah, Gascon got buffed last update, and it legitimately for a while was one of the best tier 7 battleships, and it still is. I think it's like number 6, number 7.
Bismarck better AA than Tirpitz. My guy Tirpitz AA got refit after Bismarck sunk.
I'm not sure offhand which one was better in the game.
Even if she got refit, doesn't necessarily mean we have that version in the game.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know which one we have. I just
it's
I like Bismarck better.
yeah. Our version is at least after 1942. If I remember right, that's about when she got her torpedoes. I didn't leave enough.
And while we do try to like keep certain aspects of ships that they were famous for, you also have to keep in mind it's always a matter of balancing. Like you can't make a ship that was famous for good guns, good secondaries, good AA, good everything, good in everything. Or in that case, we might need to like reduce her armor or like HP by a lot. It's always a matter of balancing to not make the jack of all trades too broken. I've heard the Kansas wants to get shot at. She told me.
A little bird told you?
A little spotting plane told me. You don't have birds. To become CC, is it necessary to have 1,000 subscribers? I don't know at the top of my head. I think at least 1K should be the current requirement.
I think it's 4K now. That's more of a
I
question.
believe it was raised, yeah.
Yeah.
You can always, like, if you have an interesting channel, you can always reach out to Orochi. He's currently the manager of the CC program, and he will be able to, like, tell you what you're lacking or what's good, what's bad. And
We have a death ball over here, so...
in most cases, we want you to already be active for quite a while and have, like, some kind of audience. Oh gosh, no. I'm getting radar. At least we need to get this cancer sword. Good.
I'm trying to get repositioned and actually get into Bravo, because we are deathballing over here.
Okay, now my smoke also ended. Unlucky.
Is that fire keeping turning? Yes, it is. Oh, it's Jaws. Okay. No, I know one of the enemy players.
Okay. That Miyoko is broadsiding all the time, by the way. Oh, there's that young. Pop sonar.
I'm on fire and I don't like it.
The champion. I'll try to push the Loyang. I don't know if it's gonna work out.
I'm gonna go with our plunder.
Oh, this Loyang just doesn't want to get hit. There we go. Okay, I will probably have a Miyoko right in front of me in a second. Are you okay with the Ultimo?
That's the Flounder.
Huh?
That's Udachi.
Oh, yeah, true. Wait, where are you?
I am
Oh, in the middle.
in the middle of Bravo, and I'm getting farms from two sides.
Yeah, I would want to smoke up and just shoot them, but can't really right now.
対応完了したわよ。
There she is.
Ooh, that's a nice salvo.
火災発生。直ちに消火を。
Come on, Gascan. I believe in you. Certainly earning your nickname for being on fire, definitely.
エンジンブーストを解除するわ。
Leave. I don't think I have the angle there. Nope.
Okay, I got the Miyoko. I don't know if she's gonna top me. No, she missed.
諦めないわよ。
Yeah, I'm dead.
One way three. What are the odds? Probably not great.
What is your guys' opinion on Cossack? Um, Cossack is not that great, I would say, in terms of destroyers, but I am also very terrible at destroyers. So, yeah. Didn't Gascogne get a reload booster? No, that's Champagne got a reload booster. Gascon just got shell damage buff, a little bit of range buff, and some rudder shift buff. Who's the contact for super testing? That is Final Boss 12.
And Roman numerals. Out. Didn't angle.
What would I do to boost Cossack? For probably for both of them, I would just improve their gunnery in general. Would be my choice.
That moment when you accidentally hit your smoke.
Goodbye.
I tried. 9 citadels this game, so that was nice. Oh, we had Xaios in the enemy team. Okay.
Yep. So any reason why some stats like Sigma aren't displayed in game? So there are some stats in the game like Sigma or like that are basically pure RNG stats. Like Sigma is literally like part of the like sort of the distribution RNG equation more or less. And so without like an intimate understanding of how that works, Sigma doesn't really tell you what it's going to do. And so communicating that to a player in a UI is not a simple task at all. And so Sigma is not displayed. It's also like
It's
and there's just some things in these games that are like in World of Warships and World of Tanks that are just kind of learned by doing. So because if we just told you everything right away, first off, there'd be too much information for you to figure out, and second off, it would remove some of the like interesting aspects of and like skill aspect of just learning things. So
I think Metajack just summed it up quite well. Sigma doesn't mean anything without context, and the context is complex.
very much so.
Yes. All right, thanks for trying to carry us, Yudachi. And I'll take the next one. And I believe that is Brawl Stars. So if you tell me your nickname in game and ready up in the division search, I can invite you. How can Stalingrad have in theory big sigma and still is more inaccurate than ships with lower sigma? Mr.
Sorry.
Blip?
Sorry, what?
The question is, how can Stalingrad have in theory a big sigma, but still is more inaccurate than ships with lower sigma?
Because sigma is only one part of the picture, and context is king. So Stalingrad has just completely normal battle cruiser dispersion, which is essentially a better version of battleship dispersion. It's closer to battleship dispersion than it is to cruiser dispersion, but they kind of sits in between the two, but it's leaning more towards battleship. So, which means that the whole circle that shells can land inside is bigger, but the shells are more likely to go towards the middle because of the sigma.
Brian is saying, I'm really impressed with how many computations the game does just in one match. How many just simultaneous are usually going on? Can be
Yes.
hundreds of thousands, or like a lot. It depends on the day, it depends on like the mode.
Depends on how many shells are being shot.
Or that doesn't make the difference how many battles are going on.
Oh,
but
how many battles?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know.
But
How many
oh yeah, I mean
calculations?
for calculations, probably millions at a time. Like
Yeah.
even if not even billions, I don't know. RBG Ninja.
Yeah, Petro has a normal cruiser dispersion. No,
Right.
Petro has slightly worse than normal cruiser dispersion.
Oh, I wanted to check the cams quickly.
Should be technical scene camera 1 and 2, I think. We have that, but we don't have the overlays. Weird. Oh, there we go.
I don't know why it hit them, but yeah, they're back. That looks right?
Yep.
Cool. Tier 6.
Sure.
Back to tier 6.
We got a Collingwood enjoyer in here. My kind of man.
Do I? I will try. I think I will try Fiji. I haven't played Fiji in a while.
I actually haven't played Charnhorst in ages.
Why is it called Sigma? I mean, it's just
Um,
like Greek letters, so
Well, so it's called sigma because sigma is part of the standard deviation equation. So sigma is like kind of your multiplier value for that
and it's just very common to use like Greek letters to
for math
for
stuff.
math. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have very often you have delta, you have alpha, beta, whatever.
Yep.
How's SAP performing in the game?
Good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
SAP is strong.
there's a reason why. Yes, we know, but there's a reason why the reload on some ships with SAP is not that great, because they deal a lot of damage. We're not waiting for anybody. Cool, so I can go into battle. What's the next campaign ship? You will find out in a few days, maybe in a day. Will training rooms have developer or community-made scenarios? They will have the same scenarios as any standard or AI battle can have. So like domination and capture the flag, capture the base. Capture the flag in Legends would take ages.
We got Lumbago on our side. Good old Red Dead Redemption reference there. Lumbago's acting up.
Fierce, you can join after the battle. Just speak up again and let me know your nickname after the battle.
Mm-hmm.
The constant plane sound is back, by the way, when you say past a sunken ship. So this plane sound that sometimes appears for people, even in matches where there's, like in battles where there's no plane or at least carrier present, is still something I don't think we ever fixed because we don't know why it happens. It
Yeah.
just happens randomly for like a handful of players.
Ghost plane.
So if you have any details on it, please report it in our Discord. And also, if you're waiting for any replies from Weekend, I just didn't have time to go through the reports, and Orochi was not in the office today, who is usually going over it. So you're most likely still waiting for a reply. We will go through them tomorrow. I'm thinking about going into
Collingwood buff win. Collingwood doesn't need a buff. Collingwood is real good. Collingwood is basically tied for best tier 6.
Disco clipped the ghost plane a while back. The thing is, like, how to reproduce it is our main issue. We can't fix bugs that we don't know how we can actually get to that point where the bug appears. And it's seemingly quite random. So if you have any, like, you're always playing a certain ship and then it happens, something like that, before that battle, that is a great detail. Collingwood needs a plushie made after it.
I would buy a Collingwood plushie. Gonna be honest. There's already really any battleship plushie. Although I think picking like a cute battleship would be a better choice.
Which Warships Legends CM would be favored in a chicken nugget eating competition?
Well, it wouldn't
Let
be
me think
and
about
wouldn't
it
be Selby's.
before I say final. No, I can eat a lot.
Actually, Orochi eats quite well as well.
I don't know. I don't want to judge it too much.
You know, though, like we both eat like nothing. So
I can eat a lot, just not usually at lunch.
Yeah. Well,
And
very
I
good.
don't like feeling like a bloated ball of whatever for the rest of the day of work. And like chicken nuggets is like what? It's mostly water anyway. I'm surprised there's no enemy ship here.
Yeah, we're just going on a nice leisurely cruise.
There might actually be not a single enemy ship in front of you.
What's the ship that's tied with Collingwood for best of tier 6? Nelson.
I see a certain trend when it comes
Yeah.
to the nation.
And then the third best is Strasbourg. So it's a certain trend in ship design that having all your guns up front is good idea.
So how does lunch is a sandwich and a cola? Can be sometimes. Yeah, I mean, look at us. We're not like the biggest guys. Like, we don't need much energy. It does come with the benefit of cooking one day and eating for the next 3 days because it's enough. Oh, there's Leander. Hello, Leander. Leander. Show yourself. I got the man down to like half.
Yeah, I was hoping for somebody to come around this corner, but hasn't happened. No, I can't mob over that.
Are you also playing the game of can I get over that island?
Yep. What is the worst battleship of tier 6? I think it unironically might be Florida.
Chat is guessing Poltava.
Poltava actually doesn't do that bad. But Poltava is fairly highly dependent on the player playing it. But yeah, no, Florida, I think it's Florida. And
Okay, there's Miyoko stationary next to C.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sending eels.
Hello.
Yeah, but she's also going to do a hello there with me. Smoke is running out in 10 seconds.
I don't think this North Carolina is going to make it
Yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds.
Why?
Oh, did I say Gneisenau was bottom? Okay. Yeah, like if Gneisenau is bottom, then Florida's right there with him.
With him.
Ah, shit.
You're German. Haha.
I am not German. That would make me.
We are the Germans. You will be assimilated. Ready your bathing towels.
Oh, Leander. Oh, that was a mistake, Leander. That was a mistake.
No, I can't finish her off. Not at this angle.
Ooh, someone just.
Okay, at that angle it works though.
West Virginia.
Mama, take me home. Oh, there was either one spotting. Oops.
I'm not sure if I like this.
Like what? The West Virginia?
This situation.
Yeah, I don't know. We are on the losing side again.
Yeah. Such is life.
I honestly also couldn't shoot that much this battle.
Yeah.
Like it was very atypical for this map that nobody went this way. Usually you got like a nice shootout, but and they actually pushed around on the other side. Just yet another thing doesn't really happen that often. Nagato is reversing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shimmy on up. Problem with Sharn Horse is that it has super short fuse time, so you just cannot get citadels on battleships like Nagato. And
Oh yeah, no, Shanos, yeah, never mind.
yeah,
I mean, you can kinda like get through the cheek,
yeah.
but
The
good
citadel
luck
pretty
hitting.
much has to be on the outside. I do not like. There's a Texas in here. What?
Wait.
What?
Yeah, they were in a division.
If I get killed by a Texas,
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing, but I think he's in range. But I'm gonna get killed by this fire. Nope. Oh, Miyoko. I'll accept it.
Wait, she's still alive?
Yep.
Oh, there's the Texas, by the way. Like, that Miyoko must be, like, on a third of her HP for, like, I don't know how long.
Yeah, Lenin is a very, very strong ship. I'd actually play around in Lenin, I'm not sure.
Oh, we are on my screen, okay.
What is the worst performing Tier 6 destroyer and why is it
No.
Z39? It's not Z39.
Okay, I'm dead.
Z39 is actually one of the better performing Tier 6 destroyers.
Yeah.
It's not Z35, of course, but worst performing Tier 6 destroyer, I want to say that might be.
Before you know Fiji, where was she performance-wise? Yeah, two-way up there. Like, way too far up there.
Yeah.
She was really strong, yeah.
Let me refresh my list of what
They
ships
had-
are at tier 6.
Hades is Hume, that's why he
Sure.
doesn't eat.
'Cause I'm pretty sure it's the
No.
USSR. Yeah, the Kiev is probably the worst tier 6 for me. Would be my guess.
Actually, wait, who's still alive? Pensacola? Oh,
It could be the
Roaming speed?
No, Luca Tarigo's doing fine. Yeah.
It's really not our day today.
No, it is not.
I guess not like we're performing with it. It's fine.
Yeah. How are Pan-Asian cruisers and Italian destroyers performing? Pan-Asian cruisers are doing pretty good. And at least in terms of popularity, they're like a lot more popular than we thought they would be. But they're not quite perfect yet. And Italian destroyers, I would say, need some love.
Yeah, guys, if you keep asking for certain ships like Haida, Enterprise, whatever, we will always get the same answer. Who knows? We cannot tell you. Like, if any particular ship that isn't in the game yet will be added, you will know by us announcing it. But before we announce it, you will never get an answer from us on that. And it's a rare occasion where I will say never.
Yep.
Like, the only time you would ever get that answer in the middle of a stream is if that stream is intended to actually announce ships XYZ coming to the game. Otherwise,
Yep.
we can't tell you. We might not even know. And in many cases, we do not actually know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Ninja, for joining, apparently from Bulgaria, if your fleet name is anything to go by.
And for the person who asked if we're going to get any spoilers today, go to the very beginning of the stream and you will get a very nice spoiler on a new feature coming to the game soon. So,
We showed training rooms
training rooms.
to spoil it.
Yep. Well, at least
Actually, not to the
menu.
very beginning of the stream, but a little bit, like few minutes into, because we kept teasing you guys.
Yeah.
And with we, I mean myself, you mostly.
What ships are on the do not add list? The ship that you desperately most want.
Yeah. Every single time you ask, we
It-
add like one more week to the delay of the ship. I'm really in troll mode. I'm sorry, guys. How do you factor in the popularity compared to ship performance? Like a ship that performs well, but only because a few people who own it can make it do well. Yeah, we see this. Like, if that is the case for certain ships, like for example,
Like,
let's take Colbert.
like
Huge
and-
amount of damage in the right hands, but for most players, not that great. And even with a lot of damage, doesn't necessarily mean she has a lot of impact. That's basically the case for every single ship we add for the first like few days or week or so. The stats are completely like
useless.
useless. Yeah. Or in cases like, for example, Schlieffen, like, yeah, very strong ship, definitely too strong of a ship. But for the first few players who get it, and especially in the beginning when it was just like community contributors who got to play it for a bit and us, the stats are completely off the charts. And once like the average player actually gets their hands on a ship, it kind of evens out. But we can see, oh, is it players who are really bad with other ships as well, or is it players who are really good with other ships as well?
Yeah.
Or a mix, and can
and-
also filter by all these
and
metrics.
Pretty much the ships that where like the population is clearly the reason why the ship is doing so much better than otherwise it seems like it should be. The types of ships, like the amount of ships that there are like this, I can pretty much count on one or two hands. So they're going to be like Iwaki FE, Grimyashi FE, Texas Alpha, Geo 101 Alpha. The ones that are like where there are legitimately only a few hundred people have these ships.
ST61 probably. I
Um,
don't know, but I would expect her to perform quite well.
yeah.
Before we continue with questions and answers, we can do like one, maybe two more battles, probably two more battles. So any volunteers who want to join, write your nickname in chat.
Yeah. I
And
saw
ready up in the
yeah.
division search.
Yeah, Cardio just volunteered. Zhao's also volunteered at the beginning. He was the bio
I don't
admin.
see it. I'm blind. Cardio?
He just did a a minute ago on YouTube.
Am I blind? I think I might be blind. Oh, with a K. Okay.
Sorry.
I was thinking cardio as in like doing cardio.
Yep.
I was looking for like C, some C name. No. I don't know if any of those is cardio. So cardio, please write your nickname or your gamer tag in chat. Otherwise, I have no idea who to invite. Back to questions though. Was Legends CM guys is when? Not really a planned thing right now.
Yeah.
Like, yes, some of you who interact with us a lot might be cool for you, but in the end, we are not really like known people in the sense of like a YouTuber, streamer, actor, somebody a lot of people know. That would be more likely, or like cool fantasy characters like for events and stuff.
Yeah.
What's possible maybe that we at some way developers are like, hey, we need some faces as a reference.
That's interesting. Two people asked the exact same question about Yoshino, and I mean the exact same question. They copy pasted it. That's weird. But anyhow, Yoshino is fine. Yoshino is doing very, very well, so there's no plans to change her at all. She might be the best cruiser at legendary tier right now. She's like number 1 or number 2, basically right there with Stalingrad.
All right, Cardio, choose a ship. You don't have to necessarily go with tier 7.
Yeah.
Any sneak peek on upcoming ships or bureau? Yes, the sneak peek I can give you is there will be more bureaus. No, like, guys, what do you expect? Every single stream we tell you, we cannot tell you about upcoming content unless we tease it here. And then every single stream you guys are like, hey, can you reveal anything on upcoming content? If it ever changes and we're suddenly like, oh yeah, we will reveal and like openly talk about our whole roadmap, we will make sure to let you know. But talking about our roadmap, we all know how well that worked out. So if anything, it's a good reason not to talk about it. We just don't want to, guys, want you guys to be like disappointed, right? Like we know that as soon as we announce something, it needs to come within like the next month or two or something like this in most cases. Not necessarily cases like clans or like fleets, how we call them now, or training rooms, but you guys want it quick. You guys want it immediately, and that is understandable. And sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes things get delayed for reasons that are out of our control or that are completely unexpected, and then we just disappoint you for no reason. So it's usually easier to just not reveal it until we are relatively sure it's going to be fine. And even in that case, it can always be not working out. Why not Sunseaten? Triple Battleship is not great, but I want to play Battleship as well. Or Battle Cruiser. Any ships lines you would like to see added from PC? I got my two dream ones, British light cruisers and German battle cruisers. How about you?
I'm really looking forward to that new Japanese battlecruiser line.
I didn't actually check them.
They look really nice.
Could it be because you really like Japanese battleships and battle cruisers?
I do really like Japanese. I love the era of design of the 1920s Japanese.
Is the Legends client really that fundamentally different to PC? Yes, it's basic. Like, there's a lot of similarities, and that's mainly because it used to be the same team, and they split into like, hey, we want to do a console version. And at that point, they split, and then they did their own thing. And of course, also for like graphics rendering and like the way you access the system, it's completely different from like Windows to like a PlayStation. I would assume it's similar-ish on Xbox. I don't know. So at some point they split and then they did their own thing. They might have copied some stuff, like for example formulas and stuff, because why do the math if you already like somebody else did it for you? But outside of that, everything is very different. Also, the game works differently. Like for example, PC has it a lot easier with things like the their clan interface and stuff like that, because they can actually use browser windows. Like
Yeah.
making a website is a lot simpler than adding buttons in a native interface. Still not easy, or not exactly quick, but that helps a lot with speeding things up. I actually want to go to C. Might get a bit closer to enemies.
Okay.
A could work as well, but I really don't like A on this map. Can we get firing angles as a stat on the ship's page? No. Like you see it basically as soon as you're in battle and turn your turrets once.
I deserved that.
What did? Ooh, yeah. You.
Yeah, I
Kind
tried
of
to turn out to
baited that.
join you and go into C.
Oh yeah. No.
The one mistake in Linen that you must never make: turning.
It's not always easy to tell what the minimum angle for each gun is until you buy the ship. Oh, that's what you mean. Again, for that it's the easiest to just ask in a stream or check out YouTube videos of them. Like maybe we could add it as improvement to the armor viewer somehow. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you could probably.
Like
might be
it's
able to
not
do, like, a
something that would
compass
be used
overlay.
by too many people, I don't think. So it's like, oh yeah, actually, reminds me, I saw a question earlier. Why don't you finish something instead of like jumping in between all kinds of different features? That is a really good question, and the answer is relatively simple, because we have to cater to all kinds of different players. Like if we add something more competitive or if we add something more casual, there will always be a certain amount of players who like it and a certain amount of players who dislike it. Some will use it, some will not use it. And if we keep adding, like for example, for full year, let's say we're only adding really niche features, like for example, training rooms, then 90%, 99% of the rest of the players don't have anything to use. So we would just kill our own game, because there are certain players who are totally happy with what they have right now, but there are also a lot of players who just want new things constantly, or otherwise they lose interest. So that's why.
Yeah.
Can training rooms in the future serve as a test drive for ships we don't have? No, it's not planned. Simply for the fact, like, if you play a few training room battles, you're playing against bots or maybe against your friends. This doesn't really give you a good impression of the ship. Like, the best you can do is ask your friends who already have it, ask your fleet mates, ask Discord community, ask streamers, YouTubers to like play it, and give you some impressions. But just a few battles, in the worst case, for us at least, you would think it's a really bad ship, while it's actually a good ship. In the worst case for you, you might think it's a really good ship because you were like super lucky in like 3 battles you played. Then you buy it and you get disappointed because it's average or like doesn't work the way you actually thought it does. And I'm kind of getting farmed right now, which is not nice.
Somebody asked how do detonations work, because they seem really random. It's mostly because they are quite random. So after your HP drops below 80%, then you can detonate. So you can't detonate from 100% HP. And then as you lose HP and as your magazine module loses HP, it is more likely that any hit to your magazine module will detonate you. Also, the more damage that a hit to your magazine module does, the more likely it is to detonate you. So there are a few different like equations going on there to determine whether or not you detonate.
Okay, Cardio just wrote they're going to push B, and Cardio's contesting it. I'll
Okay.
also push around from the
Yeah, I'm
from the
pushing
back,
into
and in case any enemies are listening, you can watch the stream anyway, so whatever.
them. Yeah, I'm right next to you, so
You're right next to me. Sorry if that was loud. It is allergy season, so my nose doesn't like it. We'll be getting into historical PvE events added to the game anytime soon. Not anytime soon, and not sure if anytime in the long run either. It's just maybe some like temporary event mode possible, but there's no immediate plan for that. How's the bar popularity been? Good numbers playing it, as far as I know. Yes, quite popular. That's also why we added it for even longer. But it's
Yeah.
quite some nice, bit crazy
some-
fun.
Seen some positive remarks from people as well.
Okay. I guess I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that was an
I
easy
can-
clap.
Can you guys stop? Like, I'm about to shoot it. It's full HP. I look away for a second. Ship sunk. Well, to be fair, our Somnus is having a great time right now because she doesn't have any enemies left anymore.
New Orleans.
Yeah, but the New Orleans, like, look where she is. Oh, you mean, like, focusing her?
Yeah.
Kaio, really? You had to ram her. Leave me some damage.
I mean, I don't have very much damage at all either.
I have 28k. What are you at?
31
See.
or 32.
See? So much more damage. Okay, now I got 34. It's my top range, 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna get sunk soon. I don't think I can repair again.
Okay.
Unless somebody can take out one of those two.
I'm trying to work on the Heinrich.
No, I was about to top.
Too much.
But maybe I'm going to get a hit. Oh, close. Okay, well done, Heinrich. Well done.
You still got torpedoes going for him.
Yeah, but they're not gonna hit.
Okay.
She probably popped sonar right before.
Probably.
Gneisener, come on. You can do this. Don't get top, please. Come on. Actually... No, I wanna see that. Oh, so
Come
close.
on!
Okay, she's turning. Nice. That should be fine.
Okay, so now we got the turpets there.
All eyes on you.
You
Can
need-
anybody tell me what does XP before bonuses mean? Literally that, like bonuses like boosters or premium or...
Come on, Gneisenau now.
First win.
Charge the mines. Come with me.
So who's left, actually?
It's the mines and the turpets.
Turpets. Yeah, probably best to take out the mines first.
Yeah, mines is much more
And,
dangerous.
I mean, the turpets should be an easy prey for the Somnus. But I'm not so sure about Organizer now. She's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
She's also getting shot at
Oh.
by the turpets.
Gneisenau just Thanos snapped.
Yep, nice.
We get silver for leftover / unspent indipendium. That's normally what happens for event currency, so I would not expect that to change.
Well, she dodged that.
Though that'll probably be in a couple updates.
And I don't know why the Somnus started firing with her main guns. Like, it's unlikely that we will lose, but we could still lose it.
Yeah, especially if like the turpets decided to snap me.
No, it was also like the turpets just being lucky with some of the salvos, right?
So
You guys are both one shots.
somebody says the G is silent in Gneisenau. I'll ask the German.
Gneisenau.
It's not silent.
There are, unless it's like, we're just using the word from another language. You pretty much always pronounce all letters in German, I think. Yeah. Oh, that was a nice salvo.
It's a pretty decent chunk.
She's also burning with on fire. Sumnus is doing an amazing job. It's really good. Tippets also knows what she's doing.
Yeah, it's not a bad turfets at all.
And I think that should be it. Yes. Nice.
What is the German word for how to pronounce words correctly?
I mean, if you want to say like pronunciation, it's Aussprache
Yeah.
or Betonung. Like, yeah. Sehales ASMR when very soothing voice. I don't know. Do I have a soothing voice?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was playing with the thought of going like, "Hey, chat," but yeah, no.
No.
You beat me. Yeah, like I couldn't do anything. You guys killed everything, and then you rammed the what was it? North Carolina? No,
Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah, or it was some U.S. battleship. I remember that. Like I just turned around, had two broadside battleships and one broadside cruiser in front of me, and just like bloop bloop bloop, all three sank from 100 to 0. But it's fine. The Sommers was really good.
Yeah.
My grandmother's German violent. No. It just sounds like that. We're not scary. Maybe she is. I don't know.
If you turn this into an ASMR stream, I'm leaving.
Also, I'm not a fan of ASMR. I know for some people it works. For me, it doesn't. It's actually just not even 10 minutes left. We can do like a low tier, like I don't know, Agincourt maybe.
Yeah, let's do Agincourt.
Not
For the
gonna go with a third. It's just gonna be way faster that way.
Yep. So we're going in
Tier 3, if you guys want to join, you have like... Oh, wait a few seconds. Or like Doppelkupplungsgetriebe. I feel like you can just smash a bunch of words together and make a new word. That is exactly how compound nouns work, yes.
Yep.
Like Doppel just means double. A Kupplung is... Kupplungsgetriebe is like a type of gearbox. So yes.
Pronounce Schlieffen, please.
Schlieffen.
Yeah, Schlieffen.
SCH is not like a sk, but it's a sh in German. And IE is like a long E sound.
Yep. In German, the English rule of I before E except after, it does not apply. So basically, if it's IE, it's an E sound. If it's EI, it's an I sound.
And if it's E, it's also E.
E.
But if it's E, it's E.
Prince Philip,
If it's I, it's E. I mean,
what's your thought on legendary AA module possibilities? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. So.
All right. I think enough people had time to queue up now. Yeah, clearly had because...
still a little cloudy on fleets. If I have my own fleet, may I still join another? No. You can only be in one single fleet at a time.
Ah, there we go. I was about to say, I think we will get into a battle right away, but then we didn't. Anyone know what the best performing tier 1 is? I knew it.
Best performing tier 1. It might be Griff.
Because of population or why?
Because it has 8 guns.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think you can Citadel Griff. I'm not sure though.
Tier 1. No, actually not. Novik and Dresden are kind of like competing.
Okay, yeah. Dresden is always good. So, oh yeah, Griff can be Citadeled. Okay.
Dresden currently has 102 average damage less than Novik. In terms of battle impact, it's actually
Can't remember what. There was one ship.
Jurian. Jurian, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Jurian, yeah.
Weymouth is also doing really well. A lot more battles. But Dresden is really popular for some reason.
Yeah, there was. Can't remember which ships it was, but at one point there was two ships that were like 1 damage apart from each other, and it was kind of funny.
It was probably also Dresden and Novik. Or Weymouth.
No,
Weymouth.
it was a significant ship.
Okay. It mainly depends like which kind of line we're getting out.
Yeah.
If there's a new Ryan being released, it's also more likely that Tier 1 ship of that nation is being played. Tier 1 everybody rushes through, so there are not that many battles on it, right?
Yep.
Agincourt will return or was away when she appears? No, not sure, honestly. Not anytime soon, I don't think.
Yeah.
Agincourt.
She was for a Halloween event, I think, if I remember.
No, she
right.
wasn't she for the calendar?
Yeah,
Think
maybe she was. Yeah.
Either she
Around
was released around that time or she was actually the final reward for the first calendar. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
We have too many ships in the game sometimes. Apologies for being late, but is the Arc Royal really OP? Yes.
Yes.
Like, really OP. Like, too good. That's why we're nothing now. Agincourt was calendar. Yeah. So I did remember correctly. Noise.
Oh god. Arc Royal nerf coming in like a carpet bomb.
Camel like a carpet bomb. Oh no. Oh no.
Nail that Corbeil if I can. We have an Oleg of culture out here.
Bye.
No. You had to do it to him.
Bye. Double strike. Easy. GG easy.
Nerf Sahalas.
Have Agincourt secondaries, to be honest. Like, the golden rule of Agincourt is don't get into a secondary range. Because then the battle just plays itself. It was fun while it lasted. Arc Royal. Yeah, exactly. What commander are they running on Agincourt? Whatever has secondary range.
I'm running Charles Madden on mine. With
I'm
a
not sure it
secondary
might be the
build.
same. I can check after battle. I can't even remember ship names, even though I've been working with and around warships for like over 8 years now. Do you think I can remember commander names? No, I want to get around this island so bad. Please, let me get around it. Oh, hello. Bye. So all the enemies are on the other side of the map?
Pretty much.
Well, I guess I'll go to your camp because I have nothing to shoot at.
I took a pot shot at that Arkansas, but he's angling away, so I can't really do much to him.
What was that Kraken we saw where somebody got a Kraken and they had like 10k or 11k damage or something like that?
Oh, I have no idea.
Kind of close to that with like a double strike, took 2 in total, 23k damage.
Am I gonna kill this?
Can we get California? Thing is, California, like so many of you actually have.
How did I not kill that Gisano? He was at like maybe
Have you
like
tried hitting?
I citadeled him.
Have you tried citadeling harder?
He was nowhere near that much HP.
Well, in case
Well,
of
now he
Nedops, it was
isn't, for
one
sure.
more enough. One more than needed.
You only need 1 HP to be deadly.
One less than enough damage. That's what I wanted to say.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Clearly, your Citadel is saturated. It is technically. He's on 1 HP in a dream. Look at this guy.
I don't see it. Where? Is it literally 1 HP?
I think it is, yeah.
It looked like it. Holy moly. You're the mechanic specialist, Blip. You should know. I mean, that's the issue. Blip knows why it didn't work. Doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Engine damage.
Knowing why you failed doesn't mean you feel like, or doesn't mean it makes it feel any better.
Where's that carrier actually? In northwest?
Probably northwest.
Or in the west, maybe. There's also one ship very far in the south.
I'm being systematically murdered here.
Fire.
I'm trying. That Kuma should be on the ocean floor. Yep. Yeah. Who got better secondaries, Agenco or Agenco?
Yes.
Oh, there's the
Yeah,
carrier.
there is no AA on Ashencore. And there shouldn't be any
What's AA?
Yeah.
You eat that? Come on, please. Ah. Not quite what I hoped for. Do I just turn? Yeah, why not? There's also the Arkansas, but maybe I would at least not get that many tops, and maybe I can get into the range of the carrier.
Prince Blick, I would look at altering the camera angle and lighting for you, looking like some gray hairs on the side. That's because there are gray hairs on the side.
That was dumb. That was really stupid. Why did I do this?
There's no camera angle going to fix that one.
Why did I do this? Oh, that was so stupid of mine. No. I thought I would reload a bit more quickly.
One does not simply reload quickly in Agincourt.
No, I mean, I thought
Oh, yeah.
I can reload before the enemy Agincourt can shoot, but
Oh, yeah.
we were so close. Like 1 second. Well, we should still win this, I think, maybe.
Depends on how good this zucchini is.
Zucchini.
I can't pronounce that one, so I just call it the zucchini.
Ishizuchi?
Yeah, it's like
Something like that.
Ishizuchi. Yeah.
Also depends on the Hoshos, honestly.
Yeah.
If our Hosho can just deal with that Arkansas, doesn't really matter how good the Ishizuchi is. The Iwaki could... Like, Iwaki is good at dodging carrier torps. Should be fine. Oh, I don't know how good the player is, but at least the ship is capable of doing it.
Yeah, the zucchini is actually kind of a little bit of a sleeper.
Yeah, the Zucchini's not gonna dodge that.
Any info on why IJN 100mm Type 98 secondary HE shells only have 16mm a pin instead of 30mm? Because 100mm divided by 6 equals 16.
Honestly, if the Ichi can just sink the Hosho, that would be all that's needed. Because there's no way on Earth the carrier can't deal with the Arkansas.
Yeah, especially Arkansas doesn't even have any...
I was about to say, Arkansas is known for her good AA, as we all know.
Yeah,
Also known as none.
the one guy on deck with a 1911.
Which ship was it that had like one single like 7.6mm or whatever it was?
Oh, it's like one machine gun. I
Yeah,
think,
like one machine gun on one of the turrets and that's it.
I think that's like Bogatyr or something like that.
I don't know.
Actually, one guy on a deck with a Liberator pistol. Oh God.
Just like a flare gun.
Do you know what a Liberator pistol is?
No.
So the U.S. basically OSS, the U.S. like Secret Service during World War II, hatched up this idea of making a like single shot. I think it was aluminum, but basically like single shot pistol.
It's the one where you can really only shoot once, and then the pistol is also gone.
In theory, you can shoot more than once, but you really don't want to shoot it more than once. Like it comes with like 10 extra rounds or something like that in the grip, and they made millions of them, and with a plan to drop them into France, like just parachute drop them for the resistance in France. That's probably for the best that they didn't.
Heat, yeah, that's saying aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum.
It's aluminum.
Well, in English, it's aluminum. In English, it's also aluminium.
Considering the Americans basically created the ability to mass produce aluminum, we get to name it aluminum.
New plan, just take a light ship and cover it with like 40 dudes on each side holding a Panzerschreck. I mean, if you just fire enough of them, you might actually hit something at some point, yeah.
I mean, it reminds me, there's a Team Fortress 2 like loading screen hint that says if you shoot at nothing long enough, eventually you'll hit a spy. Because the spies are usually invisible.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I really want to know how this battle is going to end.
I don't know if a Liberator pistol will work against an IJN plane attack. If you're really, really lucky, it might. Would I want to? No.
Like, our carrier is actually going in and will be spotted soon. Oh no, actually, it's fine. Probably hiding behind the. Oh no, it's not hiding behind the island. We could actually lose this.
Yeah.
Depends on how good the carrier is. Like some carrier players might forget about that, but he can actually steer your carrier. We made your native tongue English. In German we say aluminium, so I also agree with the English there. Oh, come on. Can do it. Really? Okay, honestly, I think that's taking too long.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot minute.
I mean, just by points alone, we would win in 2 minutes. Oh, finally hit. Nice. Now like 3 more of those.
We must not surrender to this aluminum nonsense. No, it is aluminum.
What's the total active population of the game? We don't reveal our numbers, but we're doing fine.
Yeah.
More than 1.
Well, clearly more than 2. Actually, at least 18 because we have them in this game.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, damn, you revealed it.
No.
It is just 18 players throughout all battles. And all the like couple hundred people that are watching, you're also just 18 players in total.
All chat
That's
GPT
how math works. Exactly, chat GPT, yeah. Chat GPT playing. Carrier players not gonna have a good time. I mean, they do. It's just quite tedious for them to sink the Arkansas.
Yeah.
But it also seems like the Arkansas gave up.
Also
And
possible.
our carrier player does actually know how to maneuver the carrier and is nicely hiding behind that convenient island. So, yeah. But I worked for this battle. I nearly got my Kraken, so that would have been actually a nice battle. Kraken
So
and
if you're a history person,
double
why is the Hayate a tier 8 when it was the first Japanese ship sunk during World War II? Because the Hayate that was sunk during World War II is not the same Hayate that we have in game. The Hayate we have in game is sort of a hodgepodge mix of the like super Yugamo, super Akizuki, super Shimakaze designs that are kind of combined together to make Hayate. So it has the name of that ship, but it is not that same
come on,
ship.
carrier. Top from the side. You can do it. I believe in you. And it's tier 3, so the chances are very, very high. You're witnessing like the very first battle, that carrier player, who is like if you played carriers a bit, yes, they might not feel that difficult. But the first time's getting used to it because there's quite some delay of like where to drop.
Yeah.
Just take some time. Might even be like a player who just played like 200 battles in total. Okay, Ichizushi is actually top 1. Deserved.
Deserved.
Well
yeah.
done.
Let's be honest.
And the enemy Arkansas and Legend Core also did a really good job. Hats off. And with that, I would say it's already been over 2 hours. So was nice. Guys, if you missed it, we did show the new training room interface in the beginning of the stream. When it will be released, you will hear in the patch notes as soon as it gets released. But we are getting to quite a final point of at least this version. If you have any more questions or want to know more about which ships are coming to the game, as we said earlier, we can't tell you. Sorry for that. You will also have to wait for patch notes for any announcements on that. And of course, there will be the usual campaign teaser coming soonish. Might be tomorrow. And then you will know what's coming there. And next Monday, we're already going to have the update. I'm not sure if Blip is going to join, but I think Orochi is going to be there, and well, one of the rest of us. You will see.
Yep. So, sounds like a plan.
So enjoy your week. It's Monday, so for some of you, it might already be evening. You're done with the first day of work the week. Otherwise, stay strong. For all of you who are currently sweating in the heat, I wish you many, many ACs and ice cubes. I have seen the weather in Phoenix, for example, and like holy crap, it's hotter than in Northern Africa. I hope you guys are doing fine, and if you actually like the hot weather, then enjoy. There are those people as well.
May the structural integrity of your trash cans not be compromised.
Exactly. And yeah, have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye.